Today we'll be heading out with the 224 Valkyrie. Also take the 6-dasher out there. I've got a bunch of loads for the Valkyrie. Loaded 2.25 overall length, 75 grain Hornday ELDMs. I've got a charge of 27 grains of CFE 223 behind them. I know in one of the previous videos I was looking at possibly chasing down a great load for the N140, but those SDs were all over the place. I did go out, I did try and test some things, had some problems with video, so didn't get some things recorded. After that I did a few more experimentations with some CFE 223. I didn't get all that recorded. I'll show some results here, but I took out the Valkyrie. Here was some 25.2. This is with the N140, 24.8 with the N140. I shot a few times with my dasher as well. You can see a couple pretty good groups have a flyer there, have a little bit of a flyer there as well. But then I also took some Valkyrie loads out there at the CFE 223. At 2.26, it grouped fairly well. 2.255, it opened up a little. But at 2.25, it seemed to group quite well. I got one down below here, the other four right up there. So I think I'm going to play with that load a little bit. Here was another group with that same load. So while it's not perfect, you know, heck, this one here is probably a little bit better. The ESs and the SDs on those are just not what I was looking for. Be great for a 300, 400 yard gun, but there's times I want to shoot a little further than that. So anyways, gonna explore this a little bit more. You know, I did try a little bit of stuff here with the dasher. I settled on this, so hopefully we can recreate that today. But yeah, we'll get out there, we'll have some fun, we'll see how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna start off with 27 grains of CFE 223. That's all we'll be shooting out of here today. 75 grain Hornadies. I'm gonna shoot two 5-shot groups, unsuppressed, then 2 suppressed, and then I'm gonna break out the 6-dasher. Do the same sort of thing with it with a couple loads, but I've kind of abandoned the N140. Just the SDs and everything were too high, so we'll give this a go with the CFE and go from there. And I didn't do a sighter, I did one sighter, so the first one might be a bit of a cold bore shot. I'm not sure how much this thing moves around when it's cold, but we're gonna find out. Okay, she's hitting a little high. That's okay. See if they all group. The speed was 29.28. Big change. 29.26. Now we'll see if they group. Look at that cold bore is quite dramatic. It's starting to look like it might group. 29.25. 29.35. 29.31. Wow, that was pretty impressive on the speeds. Minimum 29.25, max 29.35. So what does that give us? Yeah, so that was 5-shot group, extreme strike 10.6, standard deviation 40.7. Wow, cold bore shot a bit high. Press grouped okay. Okay, now I think we're ready for group number 2. Lots of action going on at the pistol range next door. Try and disregard all the extra pops going on, but we'll see how this works out. Nope, dang it, didn't get a speed on that one. Didn't have my garment set up. 29.14, 29.31, 29.31 again. 29.10. Okay, so that one there, speeds were pretty good again, 29.10 to 29.31, an average 29.21. Not quite as impressive as that first five, but as an alum, I have this size cartridge do that. So I'm going to put a suppressor on, and we'll check point of impact shift. We'll also so we can see what it does to group size and speeds. Usually doesn't really affect speed at all from what I've seen. If so, it's very minimal. Okay, we're going to do the first five suppressed. See what this does to point of impact and groups. Okay, 29.18. 29.16.5. 29.46. 29.25. 29.22. So nothing impressive there. Seems like the group might have opened up a little bit. Hard telling though. Average 29.24, just like the last one. Okay, we'll do the second group of suppressed. See what happens here. 29.47, 29.46, 29.20, 29.60. Definitely speeds up as it warms up and tightens up too, it looks like. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting, a group like that each time. That one off to the left, I do feel like that was a little bit me, but not that much me. Oh no, I'm happy with that. Don't know why the first group suppressor was a bit larger. Maybe just as it heats up, that tension there at the end of the neck might affect it a little bit. Yeah, if it does, it affects it in a good way, or need to adjust it better when I do it. So, anyways, 29.20 to 29.60. So 40 feet per second spread there is one I'd like to see. Average 29.43. So that was the fastest group so far. All those were loaded the same. Just barrel getting a little warmer. Yeah, it's warm. It's not hot, but it's warm. But yeah, now we'll switch over to the dasher. Okay, here we're going to be shooting 105 grain Bergers. Got 32.2 grains in, 150 behind them. They're the BR4 primers. Had good luck with this load. We're going to shoot 5 of them unsuppressed twice, 2 groups 5, and then we'll shoot 2 groups of 5 suppressed. See what that does for point of impact, also group sizes. So we'll get this thing going. I think I'll just take that, call this load good. I don't think I can improve on that. Not bad for a cold bolt, if all the rest of them decide to be in the same place. Now it's 3,003 feet per second. Maybe I can improve upon it. Let's just keep putting them all in the same spot. 3,007 feet per second. Rounding up. 3,006.8. Three 3,003.4. 2996.9. Yeah, I'll take a group like that any day of the week. Can't say it's the best group I've ever shot, but I can't shoot a group much better than that. It's kind of to the limits of my ability. The last one, 2995.8. So minimum 2995.8, max 3006.8, average 3001.2. So yeah, I think this is the load. Yeah, it's still just a touch breezy. I'll use that as my excuse when this group goes haywire. Yeah, same bullet, still unsuppressed. Nothing's changed but the weather, and it hasn't changed much, but it's my excuse when I throw a flyer. So I already got that excuse covered. $29.82.6. Yeah, already the slowest one out of the 6 shots. Or if this one's slowing down a little as it warms up. We'll find out. $29.89.4. Felt like that one was on center, hit about where the other one was, so who knows? $29.93. $29.89. Huh, interesting. $29.94.8. Yeah, group kind of a little bit to the left of the previous one. Makes me wonder, setup each and every time. Took a little break there in between sessions, so maybe that's me. Now we'll get the suppressor put on this one and try it with the suppressor. Yeah, last one there, minimum was 2982.6, max 2994.8, for an average of 2989.8. So we dropped 10 feet per second from the first 5. It's kind of consistent across the board. So definitely must have something to do with the barrel warming up. See how this bad boy likes being suppressed. See what it does for point of impact and group size. 2991.3. Wow, 2995. 2998.6. 2013.2. 2989.5. Well, I don't believe this gun likes that suppressor. It sure shot a lot better before we put the suppressor on. So, I think I'm going to shoot a little more out of the AR, then we'll call it a day. I think here I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to shoot a 10-shot group. Looks like I got these I'm going to shoot a 10-shot group. These ones here must be the last of my N140s. These are loaded at 25.2. I didn't realize I had them with me, but I'll burn them up. The SDs on the 140 just not good. They were shooting pretty good at times, but we'll see. We'll burn these up and go from there. 2883 for speed. 2886. 2942. 2920. 2907.5. 2922. Wow, I don't know what is going on down there. 2926. 40. 2925. 2914. Well, guess for lack of a better word, interesting. Yeah, high, low, and then let's start filling in the gaps. I don't know. That's the N140. Like I said, it had shot some good groups, but speeds were all over the place. Those ones all there were towards the high end of the charge weight, if I remember correctly. But yeah, interesting. Okay, I'm going to do a 10-shot group here. Got 27 grains of CFE 223. They're all loaded to 2.25 overall length. Same charge as what we did earlier, unsuppressed and suppressed. I just want to shoot a little 10-shot group, see what happens. The barrel's warm. I did just burn up some other bullets that I had the N140 in. And we'll see what happens. Didn't have my brass catcher in place. 2952.5. 29. Huh. Yeah, that's pretty strange. I guess we were a touch off to the right originally, and then a little high next group, but disappointing. That's part of these ones here. I tried lubing the neck a little bit on this 10, well, 9 of the 10. I had one that didn't want a chamber. I don't know, it's not even getting close. I got a whoop-de-doo on the side there. I don't know, when I first loaded it, one of them fell on the ground, which was that one. Stuck it in, it didn't want a chamber. But those ones there, I did some lube on the neck on those 10. Well, 9 of those 10. I say that because I did steal one from down here that I did the normal way. But yeah, don't know why that one won't chamber. Well, it's actually got a little bow G up here. Yeah, look at that. That ain't normal. Something happened when I was resizing it. I had another one that had kind of a mushroom top up there, I saw. I think it was when I was running through the progressive. It wasn't quite staged right when I went up and kind of hit the top. I thought I found the 2 that were damaged, but that looks like one of them there. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Debating on, I think I might shoot 2 more 5-shot groups. Okay, we're gonna do a couple just for the fun of it. These ones here, there's no special things I did. Yeah, I guess I just got the 1 target left over there. Yeah, okay. Yep, I got 1 target open. I didn't shoot at it with the dasher because the suppressor of the groups just fell apart with the suppressor on there, so shoot that one that's open, see what happens. Sound good, looks good, is good. 29, 30, 25. 56.1. 2921.3. 2934.7. 2943.7. Those all felt pretty good. Disappointed about the last one, opening it up, but the gun's capable. I think the load's capable. It's unfortunate I had those tacked on with the previous 10 shots I did, so I'll have to break those rounds out to count them. But yeah, overall, I do believe this 27 grains CFE 223, I do believe that is the way. That first group with it, pretty good if you take the cold bore out. Second one, it wasn't bad. Third one, first group with the suppressor, it kind of opened up a bit, but the one after that tightened back up. Yeah, I'm happy. I think that's all I'm going to do on the Valkyrie. Can't get much better than that. It's not consistently, you know, under a 1/2 inch like I know it could potentially do. but you can chase your tail all day with these things. So we'll just call her there. And then of course the dasher, wow. That first group with the dasher, cold bore and all, that was impressive. Second one wasn't bad either, but the first one, including the cold bore, gotta love that. So anyways, we'll get it rounded up, we'll go back, we'll go over it. Okay, so we went out, did a bunch of shooting. Pretty happy with the dasher. Made that kind of clear on the video as well. The Valkyrie, it shot fairly well. The SDs weren't bad. I got all that stuff posted back there on the video. All the feet per second, extreme spread, standard deviation, all that stuff. It's definitely doing better than that N140 was doing for speed consistency. Also shooting pretty decent groups. You know, I did bring the target home. I haven't wrote anything down on it. Of course, this group here with the dasher, that was pretty impressive. That was a 10 shot with the N140. It wasn't the charge that I was trying to really dial in. It was just something I wanted to shoot up. But that one was weird. Shot here, back down here, up top, back down, and then slowly started filling it in. Towards the end, it was really starting to group fairly good here. You know, these ones here, I was experimenting with some different lube on the necks. That didn't seem to pan out. But yeah, the dasher, this is about 1/4 inch. It's just a hair over. I use one of the ballistic apps to measure it out a little more accurate than trying to use my calipers. Trust those a little bit more. But yeah, so on the Valkyrie, we had the cold bore. Then it dialed in right down here. You know, we shot another 5-shot group with it unsuppressed. You know, the point of impact changed just a little bit. But with the suppressor, wasn't quite so happy the first group. Second group, that came in good. And then we did this other group there at the very end, unsuppressed, after we'd shot these, went back up over here. So, you know, all in all, I do believe this load here is a good load. Conditions were pretty good out there, so I wouldn't expect it to shoot much better than that. I might over time play a little bit with it, but for now, I think I'm done developing anything for the Valkyrie. Same with the dasher. I mean, if you can go out there with a cold bore shot and shoot a 0.256 inch group, I think that's what that app was telling me it was. You know, that's pretty impressive. This one's still under 1/2 inch. It's getting close to 1/2 inch, but it's just a hair under. You know, and that one might have looked like that if it wasn't for the guy behind the gun. So that dasher definitely shoots. If you don't have a dasher, I'd highly recommend you get one. Granted, you're going to have to do your own reloading. I don't know of anybody out there that'll sell a fully loaded round for you. So there's probably a little ammo boutique somewhere where you can custom order stuff and they'll make them for you. But the price on that's gonna drive you out. So if you reload, you want to have some fun, get a dasher. Easiest gun I've ever owned. It shot a few groups similar to that right after I got it, just some random loads we put together. So yeah, it's a little bit of a laser. But if you like this video, hit the like, subscribe. Feel free to share it with friends, other people that do some reloading, like to go out, plink, have some fun. But yeah, otherwise, get out there, throw some lead, have a good time.